Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chef from guruscooking.in with chicken noodles. Noodles are also popularly known as chow mein in most of the Indian towns and cities. Sit back, relax, and enjoy while I prepare these noodles and serve you. Please make a note of the cooking instructions and ingredients. We'll begin with the chicken first. I have here with me 250 grams of boneless breast chicken pieces. We'll slice them into thin juliennes like these. And make sure you have washed the chicken first. So once you have sliced all of them, they look something like this. It's time for us to marinate them, for which I've taken a bowl to which we'll be adding 150 milliliters of clean drinking water. To this you add seasoning salt 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of sugar and half a tablespoon of white vinegar. Give it a gentle mix. Make sure the sugar dissolves completely. And then we'll add 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger garlic paste and a 1/4 teaspoon of dark soya sauce. Give it a gentle mix. Now our wet mixture for the marination is prepared. Let's soak all our chicken pieces in this and leave it aside for 15 minutes. Until then, we'll cut some vegetables. So we have cabbage, spring onions, mushroom, carrots and capsicum. Let's cut them. That was quick. So here you have the spring onion bulbs in white and this green stalks. You have capsicum, carrots in juliennes and mushrooms thinly sliced. We'll now extract the excess water. We do not need too much of this liquid and we'll throw this excess water away. We'll keep our chicken with little water. The chicken has been marinated for 15 minutes now. We'll crack open an egg. I'll beat the hell out of this egg now and make sure that it mixes up completely. The egg acts as a binding agent and it coats your juices of the chicken within. To make it a slightly thicker one, we'll add 1 tablespoon of corn flour. This acts as a thickening agent. Mix it well and we'll keep it aside. Until then, we'll boil our noodles. So I've taken a pan in which I've added 2 liters of water. When the water is boiling and bubbling up, you'll add 1 teaspoon of salt and few tablespoons, like 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. This oil will help the noodles from sticking. So only when the water is hot, remember, only when the water is very hot, bubbling up and reaches its boiling point, will you add the noodles. I bought these noodles from a local store in Delhi. So you can buy any noodles, but I would suggest that you buy the thin ones. Thick noodles usually don't taste pretty well. Not at least with this recipe, but the choice is yours. I leave it up to you. Please make sure that you cook the noodles based on the instructions that are written when you buy them. In my case, it was written that these noodles should be cooked for 10 minutes. But these noodles, we will not cook them completely. We'll cook them only 80%. So I'm going to cook these for only 8 minutes. We'll cook them less because these noodles will cook once again with the vegetables and the chicken later on. Alright? So this is how they look. And don't go by the looks, go by the time that is mentioned on the noodles packet. Alright? So 80% you cook them and then you extract them like I'm doing right now. Be careful you don't break them because kids enjoy the long noodles and so do the adults, isn't it? Now these are the noodles we have. I've passed them through a sieve and I'm passing cold water through them so that I stop the cooking process. If you don't have cold water, you can also use tap water. Now the water at the bottom will discard. These noodles we want to keep. And as you can see, I've added oil. Do you remember when we were boiling these noodles? So that they don't stick, I'm going to add even little water now, like 1 tablespoon. And that was, I'm sorry, I said water. That was oil. So I added 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, ladies and gentlemen, so that these noodles don't stick. Let's keep them aside now. And it's time for us to start the Armageddon. Get the wok. In the wok you add 5 tablespoons of sesame oil, put the flame to high and add those chicken pieces. Remember the chicken pieces had a little moisture and egg content. Please make sure you add very less of that moisture. So I'm squeezing that moisture. I'm only adding the chicken pieces as you can see. If a little moisture drops in, don't you worry. No problem. It'll only taste good. Cooking at a high flame, we will stir fry these chicken pieces for 3 minutes. Usually marinated chicken boneless breast pieces should be cooked for 5 minutes. If you cook them more, they'll become chewy and rubbery like, which is overcooked chicken, not good. So the suggested time is 5 minutes, but we are going to cook it only for 3 minutes. You will see soon why. So as you can see, the chicken is not really cooked completely. It's only 75% cooked, that is for 3 minutes, and we are extracting them already. Why did we do this? You will see, like I said, soon. And the scum that you see is because of the egg wash that was with the chicken. Please get rid of the scum and you are left out with this amazing, good, golden, crisp oil. Don't throw away this oil. It contains the chicken's aroma. Keep it. To this we'll be adding julienne of ginger followed with the bulbs of spring onion. Please only add the white part of the spring onion. The green part, which is called the stalk, will be added towards the end, because the green part, if you add it right now, it leaves excess of moisture, and a lot of moisture at this time is pretty bad for your recipe. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll cook these scallions also only for 2 minutes, not much. Never cook any veggie for a long time in your Chinese recipes. If they leave water, your whole recipe will spoil. Yes, my friends? Good. So it's now time for us to add the other ingredients. It's been 2 minutes now. Time to drop in mushrooms and carrots. Both of them together, because both of them take the same amount to cook. How beautiful the colors of these carrots are and the mushrooms. Wow. Now friends, the logic is pretty simple. The vegetables that take a lot of time to cook will go first, and the ones that take less time will come later on. Pretty simple, isn't it? No big rocket science. So stir and cook, saute, toss it around at a high flame. Enjoy. So we'll cook this for around 1.5 minutes. That will be sufficient. It's time to drop in the capsicum. Now I always enjoy this moment. Orange saffron, white mushrooms, and green capsicum. The tricolor of Indian flag. Ooh, amazing. So I'm cooking a Chinese recipe with an Indian flavor and Indian touch and an Indian tricolor flag. Okay. So fine, then we have this recipe cooking at its own accord, and we bring in our chicken pieces that we had cooked for 3 minutes. Now these chicken pieces will cook along with these vegetables, infusing their taste and aroma into the vegetables and cook till the end. And that is how they will cook to complete their 100% process of cooking. Nice? So I hope you understood why I didn't cook the chicken completely in the beginning. And now they will cook till the end. Good. Well, if you still have any comments, you can write down in the comment section below. I'll reply to you and I'll help you as much as I can. Alright, so it's been a minute. We'll now add cabbage. Cabbage takes the least amount of time to cook, so always add it towards the end. And also beware that the cabbage releases a lot of moisture if you cook it for a long time, so be careful that when you cook cabbage, before that there is no salt at all in your wok, because if there is salt, then cabbage will release all the moisture it has and it will not fry the way we wish to fry it. It will become like very soggy, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So we'll cook this only for a minute, not more. So this is how your cabbage should look. It should be crisp as well as cooked. It should be like this, and when it is like this, it'll be time for you to add some seasoning. Now before we add the seasoning, let me tell you something. It's a word of caution, my friends. The sauces in this recipe have got a lot of salt, so before you add salt, be careful about the amount of salt you add. Alright, so let's add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Ajinomoto or MSG, 1 teaspoon of black pepper powder, and give it a mix. So it's important you know when you add the salt. Yes? Good. And now it will start releasing moisture, so before it's too late, we'll add the noodles. Now the noodles I've kept somewhere. Let me grab those noodles. Here they are. So these noodles you add, and make sure the noodles don't come in direct contact with the wok, otherwise they'll stick. So I'll put them layer by layer on top of these vegetables and the chicken, like this. And some people break the noodles and add. Please don't do that. Add them the way they are, long like a highway. It's time for us now to add a few sauces. Please reduce the flame so that you don't burn your recipe. And we'll start off with 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, followed by half a tablespoon of dark soy sauce, so too spicy this recipe will become. To avoid that, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup. This is Heinz tomato ketchup. And then the most important ingredient, hot chili sauce, Tasia, my favorite brand. We'll drop in 2 tablespoons of this. If you like it more spicy, my friends, add more. It'll only taste better and better. Always. You can watch me on that. So, oops, I think there is a power cut. Chotu, generator chalana jara. Okay, we are back, my friends. So, toss it over, mix it up, shake it, baby, while you make it. The sauce is engulf. Oops, I think the power is back. So, hold on for a second. Okay, we're back. Alright, so like I was saying, toss it, shake it while you make it, baby, and enjoy this recipe the way it is. Hot, sizzling, saucy. So I'm really enjoying this new wok that I've bought. This wok, I bought it from a local store, and it is not a very branded one, it's just a local wok that we chefs use. I would highly suggest that you buy one of these woks rather than using a branded one which is small in size. With this you can play around, it's good for household stuff. Though it's not like a very big professional wok we use in kitchens, in the restaurants, but still it's good for household stuff, yeah? Sounds good? Yeah. So, friends, you can see this amazing recipe. It'll taste good with some side dishes like veg Manchurian. I have posted a link for the veg Manchurian in the description below. You can browse to the link and you can watch my veg Manchurian recipe as well. And I hope you enjoy both these recipes together. And there are also some veg noodle recipes that I've posted and fried rice recipes. You can enjoy those as well. Alright? So, good. That's nice. Finally, we'll toss it up. The green stalks of the spring onions, like I said, they release moisture, so I always add the green stalks of the spring onions later on. Spring onions, for my friends from the west, are also called scouts or scallions. I'm already hungry, so my mouth is watering. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe. I wish I could serve you. Please do visit my restaurant sometime and I'll serve you for sure. Please make a note of the cooking instructions, my friends. If you have any queries or suggestions for me, please post them down in the comment section below and I'll reply to them as soon as possible. If you liked my video, please hit on the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I'd be great if you can subscribe and receive recipes as and when I To subscribe to my channel, you can also click on the subscribe button here. Thank you once again. Have a nice time.